Yeah, good morning. Online students, is my voice is clear? Online students? Okay, done guys. So in the last class, we are discussing about the SQL. And before discussing that, as some of the students yesterday has asked me the question that in the syllabus, within the syllabus, we have missed some kind of Python topics. Just as a small recap purpose, I'm just getting back to this, your data analyst role. Majorly, as I've told you, first step will be the project understanding. First, you are going to understand what is the project about, and you are going to collect the data from the Python. And you are going to collect the data from the database, collect the data from database by using the SQL. After collecting the data from the database, you are going to load into the Python. Now, once you load it here into the Python, and you are going to load in terms of the data in Python. How you are going to load in the data in the Python means by giving the connection between them. Connection we are going to establish between them. And once we give the connection between them, we'll understand that complete data. And after understanding the complete data, we will do the data cleaning in the pandas. What are the data cleaning part is there that we are going to do in the pandas. Okay. So here the data cleaning will be done using the pandas. What are the pandas is there now? These pandas will use some advanced functions. What are the functions earlier we have covered, that is not the functions. Still some additional functions are also available to clean the data. Okay. So multiple functions are available in the pandas, and while cleaning only, we are going to get this kind of additional functions like lambda function, map function, reduce function, filter function. Like this, some advanced functions are available within the Python. So we have discussed in the Python, if you remember, during the in the core Python functions class, there we have discussed about the functions. Apart from that function, some advanced functions are there. And majorly these functions are used, where they are used majorly means in the data cleaning within the data analyst role. So that is the reason we have kept here. Okay. Now, once we learn the advanced functions using the pandas and Python, again, we are going to get back into the Python. Once we load the data into the Python, again, we have to connect back to the Python. 100% again, we have to connect back to the Python. And once we do the data cleaning and everything, and we are going to remove the unimportant variables. And from there, we will select the pandas, again, using the Python and statistics, Power BI and statistics. So either you can do using the pandas and statistics, or Power BI and statistics, or you can do in this. So that different options are there. So coming to the simply to say, sir, data cleaning, where the options we can do the data cleaning. Data cleaning can be done in the Python. Data cleaning can be done in the SQL. Data cleaning can be done in the Power BI. Data cleaning can be done in the Tableau. All of them can be done. Everything can be done. Same amount, same data type cleaning, same cleaning as it is can be done in all of them. Coming to the analysis. If you want to do the analysis, common is statistics. Statistics is common. Apart from the statistics, you can do that one in the Python. Okay. Analysis you can do in the Power BI by using the Dask functions. Okay. And you can do the same analysis using the Tableau. So multiple things are there. And coming to the finally the presentation. Again, this also can be done in the Power BI, and this also can be done in the Tableau. So three things, everything can be done in the multiple things. So when we can do the same thing in multiple ways, we are going to identify which option will be the easiest option, so that we can perform easily in that. Okay, we'll find the easiest option. So out of all of them, which is the easiest option? Means data cleaning using the Python is the easiest option. Out of anything, whatever you take, data cleaning with Python is the easiest option. So we are going to select that one. When it comes to the data cleaning using SQL or using the Power or using Tableau, data cleaning with Python is easy. Now coming to the statistics, common statistics we cannot be changed. That will not be dependent on Python or anything. So statistics is common. So apart from the statistics, analysis can be done using the Python, Power BI and Tableau, and presentation also can be done using the Python, Power BI and Tableau. Now analysis, we are going to select any one of them. Cleaning, we are going to select any one of them, but presentation, we are going to see all of them. Now, why presentation only all of them? In cleaning and analysis, we are going to select any one of them, but presentation, why all of them are included? In the syllabus copy, Matplotlib is there, Seaborn is there. Matplotlib, Seaborn comes under Python. Presentation will be done using the Power BI and presentation will be done using the Tableau. Analysis, now here what are the things are there? These are the things we are going to do. Why presentation only? In all of them we are going to learn. In the Python we will learn, in Power BI we will learn, in Tableau also we will learn. Why? Because this is the final step. This is the main step. Whichever is the final one, which you are going to show to others, which you are going to submit, that one we have to do in all of them. In between whatever you are going to do, that is your choice. There is no restriction on that. This is the final one. Okay, the final one. So now these all the things are done by using the languages, like some tools or specific. Now apart from all these things, even Excel also will be done. Microsoft Excel is there, VBA is there, and we are having in terms of Vika is there. Like that in the market, multiple tools are there. IBM SPSS is there, SAS is there. Multiple tools are there in the market. Now, only thing is you are observing what you have to do. Very simple thing, what you have to do as a student when you don't familiar with the things. What happens exactly in the real life when you are not familiar? What you have to do means just you have to see the job description. Just you can see the job description of the different job roles. At least take some, it will not, instead of considering only one job or two jobs, let us consider 10 jobs. Take any 10 jobs. Any 10 jobs or 15 jobs or 20 jobs. Take any 20 jobs which are available in the Naukri or Indeed or somewhere, which are the website. Just observe 20 jobs. Take any 20 jobs and observe them. Okay, and you'll understand which one they are asking more. Don't conclude by seeing any one of them. And I'm going to say that take any 20 jobs and observe and tell me what is the most frequently repeated. Which one is repeated more commonly? Which one was repeated less? Instead of keeping all the 20 jobs in your brain, write in a paper. Sir, company name. So these are the tools and these are the things they ask. Second company name. These are the tools and these are they ask. Third one. These are the company name. These are they ask. Write like that in the paper and bring tomorrow. Whether you write manually or you'll copy paste into a notepad, also your choice. Job description, copy and paste in the notepad. Like that you copy 20 jobs and bring tomorrow and let us discuss. Okay, this is one point. Okay, coming to the last one, most important one. As I have shared you the syllabus, one, and I also discussed with you what are the things we are going to cover in the course, projects, two, what is the course, and in this course what projects will be done, how many projects will be done, and what type of certification will be done. Everything I have told you during the demo. Syllabus I have told you, course content I have told you, course things I have told you, number of projects I have told you, everything I have told you. And in the demo also I have told you one thing. Every letter, if you want, you can write here. Every letter in syllabus copy What are the syllabus we have shared to you, syllabus copy, and whatever the things I have discussed in demo, that is projects wise or these many interview questions wise, whatever it is, whatever I have discussed, every letter in the syllabus copy and whatever I have discussed in the demo, everything will be done by end. You may not know the order. You are assuming different order. My order is different. Okay, my order is what we have to do in the company, that order I will follow. Your order is what will be in the textbook, that order you will follow as a students. So everything will be done at the by the end. If anything, one letter is missing also, I will refund your entire fees amount, including your GST amount or what are the recordings amount, anything, whatever you have paid in Naresh IT, 1 rupee also will be refunded. Each and every rupee will be refunded if any one letter miss or any one thing is missing. This I have told in the starting also, and one more time I am repeating for you. And due to some XYZ students, in every batch some students will be there. That is common. In every batch some worst people will be there or some good people will be there. Common, that is. So due to 1 or 2 students, every time it is getting repeated or I'm lagging or I'm discussing this one. So you no need to ask, this will be discussed, that will be discussed, this will be done, that will be done. No need to ask. Everything will be done as per the syllabus copy and the demo recording. In the demo, I have not told anything miss, that will not be done. In the demo, did I told any additional tool, anything I have told miss, that will be done. Otherwise, it will not be done. Are you having the demo recordings with you, miss? Okay, if you're not having, I will also share that one. Listen to them. Okay. And due to 1 or 2 students, everything is going to be problem. And now the class was started almost 10-15 minutes back and we are discussing unnecessary things due to that unnecessary students. Right? And what their feeling is, I don't know. Because they'll assume that whatever in the syllabus copy is there, that one only. Okay, whatever the syllabus copy is there, that one only they will fix, and in that order only they have to go. Textbook means textbook only. One night before they have to do the batting, and interview questions has to be shared one night before, and they have to prepare and they have to go to the interview, and they'll feel this one also as one of the BTech subject or something like this. We can't do with those people. And I'm familiar with just as one of the students, some students has created separate group or something that is common everywhere. Okay, once you join in the company also, you will see all these things commonly. We cannot ignore them. Just we have to be as per our way. In the tomorrow, once you join in the company, for example, in the company, 5 people are working. Let's take an example. Remember, 100% it will happen in your company. Blindly it will happen. If not happen also, you ask me. Okay, 5 people are working in a team. And okay, 5 people are working. Out of 5 people, if for example, in that you are also one of the member. Okay, out of 5. Now you want to show you are one of the best person to your team lead or to your project manager. You want to project yourself as a good person. What you will do generally? Generally, what we'll do? We'll work hard, we'll do some work, and we'll try to present the work. This a good people will do. In at least in a team, one person will be there. He will be always with the team lead or with the backend team. I mean, with the project manager, and he will always discuss about the others. Continuation, he will discuss with others. Sir, that one like this, sir. This person like this, sir. And he will, out of 4 members, for example, you are the member. Out of 5, you are the member, and you want to project yourself, sir, that I'm working. Sir, this is the work I have done. That is your intention. What is that person intention, you know? Others are not working. Others are not good. Others are not good means I'm good. One is showing that I'm directly good. One is projecting that others are not good. Others are not good means indirectly I'm only good now. 2 ways are there, right? To project yourself as a good. Some people will do second option. Some people will use the first option. Some people, for example, if they are having the problem in the company. For example, some kind of layoff is going to happen. Okay, some kind of layoff in the company is going to happen. Means they are going to remove. One person, what they will do means they will try to project themselves, they have done the work. Some people, what they'll do means 24/7, they'll go with the team lead and they'll try to give some kind of additional gifts. And they'll maintain the rapport so that they cannot be removed. Who will do that second option? Who will do the first option? Automatically you'll understand, right? First option will be done by the subject person. Second option will be done by the non-subject person. Whoever are not having the subject, what they have to do means they have to beg. They are called as beggars. They have to beg. And they have to go to the team lead or to any other person and they have to beg that. But not directly. Indirectly they will beg. So they'll take one day to hotel, to restaurant or somewhere something and they'll bring one gift. Sir, this color, this shirt is exclusively for you only, sir. They'll price like this. Means they'll throw some additional biscuits. If possible, they'll add the cream also for that. Okay. And these cheap things will be done by the cheap people. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. Okay. Only one thing is everywhere we'll find these kind of people. Common. Cheap people will find always. Okay. Whether you belongs to that category or not only differs, but that is common. Everywhere, every person, every kind of person will be there. See, for example, one more example. Two persons are fighting each other on a road. They are abusing each other. Unparliamentary language they are using. Two people are using unparliamentary language on the road. Some 10 people will side. They'll come side and they'll watch what is happening. Some people will be there who will try to stop the discussion. They will try to stop. Some people, they'll watch. Some people will convert this one also as business, like Big Boss. They'll convert this one also as a business. Okay, if two people are fighting means multiple people will watch. Okay, let us create a show like that, where the multiple people will fight, others will watch. They'll create some kind of Big Boss show for that. Mindset, one person, one mindset. Why these people are watching? Why the one person is trying to stop? Why one person is creating the show only directly? Every person mindset is not the same now. Okay, point is very simple. Every mindset is not the same. It depends on the individual character. It's all clear? So some people, everywhere you'll find the cheap fellows. Wherever you find, wherever you go, you'll find. But we should not be inspired with that things. Now point is very simple. Okay, here just I am trying to go with the as per this whatever the work we'll do. So once I collect the data from the database, once we understand the complete data, I will connect the database to the Python. With that, SQL will be completed. The last step is connecting the database to the Python. With that, SQL will be completed in the next 1 week. Okay. Once SQL was completed, now from there, we'll do the data cleaning in the Python and analysis in the Python. The moment we complete the analysis with the Python, the first project will be completed. The analysis using the Power BI, our second project will be completed. Using the Tableau, our third project will be completed. Like that, one projects will be completed. Now in the SQL, our first project will come. Our first project starts from the SQL. As I've told you, 4 projects we are going to do, and what are the projects we'll do. If you are having the demo recording, go through that. On what we'll do the projects also, I have explained there clearly. Right? Now, just due to that one particular set of students, okay, we have just wasted additional 20 minutes of time. Fine, but I assume that the students will get the clarity, or not only that particular students, other students also will get the clarity. And finally, one point is everything will be covered in the syllabus copy. Everything will be done. Otherwise, fees will be refunded. This word I'm saying in the recording. Recording will be stored now. Okay. If syllabus copy is not there with you, collect the syllabus copy. No need to ask. Sir, this will be covered, that will be covered, this will be covered. In the syllabus copy is there means covered. In the syllabus copy not there means not covered. Simple. Clear guys? Everyone? In the syllabus copy we are having means covered. In syllabus copy that word is not there means not covered. It will never cover. I will not cover. Particularly I will not cover. Okay? Done? Now coming back to the SQL. So in the introduction to last class, we have told you that what is SQL, database. We are going to store the data, different types of data. Structured data. What are the different types of structured data? Means continuous, count, categorical, and time series. 4 types of data will be there. And these 4 types of data, whatever we are having, will be stored in the database. Now coming to the next point called as SQL. Now coming to the SQL, SQL will be used. Why we have to study the SQL means every person, not only data scientist, even web development people also will use the SQL. Even website developers, full stack developers who wants to connect the website to the backend database, they will also use the SQL. And business intelligence people, that is who will develop the business, like business intelligence or data analyst. Okay. And database administrations, all the people are using the SQL related to database. Different roles are there. Not only exclusively data analyst who will use the SQL, or not only SQL developer. Right? Now, first, what is database? Database means which is used to store the data in a format that can be easily accessed. Whether it is a structured database, whether it is an unstructured database. Structured database will store in the data in the structured format. Unstructured database will store in the unstructured data. Unstructured data means videos, audios, text, images, all this comes under unstructured data. Okay. Now, so a database is a collection of data stored in a format that can be easily accessed, where you can access the data very easily. Right? Now, so for example, structured database will be stored in the structured data, which is tabular data. The data is stored in the tabular format like this. Now, in the table, what are the table you are having? Each table will consist of rows and columns. Each column is called as field. Each row is called as a record. Each individual one is called as value. Overall, it is called as table. Overall, it is called as table. Individual one is called as value. The entire row is called as a record. So a record may consist of multiple values. As already we have seen in the pandas, df dot columns will give the column names. Df dot shape will give the number of rows, number of columns. And whereas df dot size will give the number of rows into columns. Rows into columns are nothing but values. Total number of values. Each individual one is called as value. Right? And we are also having for every table one key will be there. What is this key? We'll understand. Once we enter into the depth, we'll understand this. Now, database design plus database creation and database manipulation comes under database management. The overall is called as database management, where it includes the database design and database creation and along with the manipulation. Yeah, Manjari will discuss that. Just in few minutes we'll discuss. Okay, done. So database design plus creation plus manipulation. So what happens exactly in the database? So in the database, first we are going to design the database where we are going to create the tables. Multiple tables will be created. And after this creating of the tables, we are going to insert the data, or we are going to replace the data, or we are going to delete the data, something. we are going to work on the data. Work on the data is called as data manipulation. Working on data, either add, replace and remove. Okay, three of them comes under data manipulation. So once you are going to create the database, in that you are going to create the tables and you are going to do the data manipulation within that. So now creating a system for this, one environment for this, to store the data, to access the data, to do this one. For example, if you take one Excel sheet, in the Excel sheet, you are having some like this, where you are having the values. You are going to keep the values. Okay, some column names along with the values. Okay, you are writing some column name and some values. And you are going to click on the save. So see here, clicking on the save and storing the data. And in the future, if you want to replace or if you want to delete, simply clicking on the delete. These facilities, what are the facilities were provided in the Excel sheet to you? That is nothing but system. That system, database management system. We are going to create that one in the database. So it comes under database management system. So what is database management system is just you are trying to insert the data, or you are trying to load the data, or you are trying to extract the data, select the data, anything. Whatever you are doing on the database, creating one system for that. Means you are writing one query and it is going back into the backend and it is going to do that one and it is going to extract the data now. So whatever it is doing now, it is called as management system. Some kind of management system. Now this is database management system. And here we are having two types of database management systems. One is called as relational database. Second one is called as non-relational database. Now, what is relational database? Relational database management system is nothing but having the relation between the tables. Two tables will be connected to each other. If the tables are connected to each other, what are the tables are there? Tables are connected to each other. It is called as relational. If the tables are not connected to each other, they are called as non-relational database. They are not connected to each other. Let's take an example and how this will be done. Let us understand each and everything one by one. If the tables are connected to each other, it is called as relational database. If the tables are not connected to each other, it is called as non-relational. So now what is relational database management system? Next point is relational database management system. So you are going to try to store large amount of data, okay, more amount of data in less space. The main purpose of creating of relational database is storing the more amount of data in less space. Sir, what is the meaning of this? Let's take an example so that you'll understand. So here there is a data. Let's take an example. There is a data. Okay, this is the data where it consists of customers sales. So purchase number, date of purchase, customer ID, first name, last name, email address, number of complaints, item ID, item, unit price, company and headquarters number. Okay, I request everyone to take a screenshot. Online students, please take the screenshot. Offline students, take the photo of this one. Please open your mobile phones and take the photo, please. Online students, if you are watching in the laptop, take your mobile phone and take the photo, please. Right? Done. Now, assume that total how many in this what are the data set you have taken the photo. In that total how many columns are there? Count in your photo. Just open your what are the image you have taken. In that, count the number of columns and number of rows. Rows are 10, columns are 12. So it is a size of 10 by 12. Total number of values, how many are there? 120 values. Now 120 values, let us take for one value, one byte of space was taken. One byte or 1 KB of space, something. Let's take an example. For one byte. Now to store this entire data, how many bytes of space will be used? 120 bytes. Now, instead of storing this one in the 120 bytes like this entire table, I'm going to create into multiple parts so that the space will be reduced. Now, one value, one byte. Now, total, if I go with this type of table, how much space? 120 bytes of space. Where it is going to use? In the database. Database, where it is there? In the laptop only. I mean, in your hard disk only, the database also will be available. Database is nothing but some kind of hard disk where it is going to store the data. Now, this entire data, if I want to store, it takes 120 bytes. Let's take an example. Now, instead of storing like this, I'm going to store the data into 3 different tables like this. This is the table number 1, where I'm going to have the customers. Just check in your customers. What are the customers are there? What are the different customers are there? Customer names. Just observe customer names. I'm having customer ID 1, customer 1, customer 1. So total how many unique customers are there? Total how many unique customers? 4 unique customers are there. So 4 unique customers, I'm going to create a separate table like this. Customer ID, their first name, their last name, their email address, and the number of complaints. Okay. Now, later I'm going to create one more table like this, items. In this item code, item, unit price, and what are the company name and headquarters. Assuming this is not there. This column is not there. Just 1 minute, guys. Now, here I have created total 3 tables. This is table number 1, table number 2, table number 3. Total 3 tables I have created. Out of these 3 tables, okay, table 1, table 2, and table 3. Now, in the table 1, total how many rows and columns are there? Means 4 rows with 5 columns, means 20 values. Second, this table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are there, 5 columns with 6 rows. So this one, let us take 4, 5. It is 4, 5. 4, 5 means 20 values. This is 5, 6. 5, 6 means 30 values. This is 10, 4 means 40 values. Now 20, 30 and 40. If you combine 3 of them, what is the total? 90 values. Earlier 120 values table was created. Now the entire information. Now let us go with the first row. In your image, what are the image I ask you to consider? Na? In that image, read the first one. First record. What is the first record? Purchase number 1. Second one is date of purchase is 3/9/2016. Customer is 1. Who is that customer? Is John McKinley. And his email address and number of complaints he has given as 0. And what is the item he has purchased is A1. And what is that item is lamp. With the unit price of 20. The company of lamp, whatever he has purchased is a company A company. And this is the headquarters numbers of that particular company. The same information, the entire record information is available here. Now, only thing is here 3 different tables and these tables are connected to each other. Means here customer ID 1 is there, but one information is not here. It is in the another table. This one and this one are connected to each other. Item code and item code are connected to each other. So, but what about these two? They are not connected to each other. It is not compulsory that every table has to be connected to every table. At least 2 tables in the entire database are connected to each other also. It is called as relational database. Any 2 tables connected also, it is called as relational database. Here tables are connected to each other like this. And now if you see what are the 3 tables are there, In these two tables, item code is common. Sales and items, item code is common. Sales and customers, customer ID is common. So they are connected to each other. So Venn diagram, if you take, common part is there. In both of them, common part is there. Join. They are disjoint elements, or joint elements means they are joined. Disjoint means coming to the items and customers, these both are disjoint to each other. There is no common in this. Is the point is clear? So like this, large amount of data, that is 120 values, storing the 120 values, that is organizing huge amount of data that can be quickly retrieved. Okay, so 120 bytes of space, I'm storing that one in the 90 bytes of space. Now automatically storage space will be reduced. The person who is working always on the database, the person who is creating the database, his intention should be in such a way that how we can store that same thing in the less. Okay, so for example, assume you are creating one product. Assume you are creating one bike. Okay, one bike or one car. You are creating one car. Assume you are the designer. What you will think? How this car should be there? Either you'll see with respect to comforts, the person who is sitting inside that, they have to have a comfort, or it has to be luxurious inside, or outside the look should be very nice, or mileage should be very high. Any one will be there in your mind, right? While designing, without keeping anything, directly blindly will design. Blindly we can also miss, we can design. From blindly we can do anything now. Can't we create any car? If you bring a large size of engine and if you keep that vehicle, that body will not move. Any person can create a car, but how efficiently they are going to create the car is only important. If I have created one car, if you ask what is the use of this car, I have to tell that what is the use now. There should be at least one use now. Array, if you sit inside this car, you will never feel that you are traveling in a car. Suspension is that much of high. If you go on a road, never you will feel that you are sitting on a car. Just you can feel that you are sitting on a sofa and you are just sitting like that. Your body, entire body will not even shake to 1 inch. Suspension is that much of high. Then that people, what they are going to focus means on suspension. Some people will focus on the inside the luxury. I mean interiors. The interiors of the car is very high. Advanced technology. Like a BMW or Audi cars are there, they'll not focus on the mileage. For them, the requirement is luxurious. Means inside the person who is sitting, they have to feel so much of freeness. Now Maruti company, what are the cars they are selecting on the base variants like 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 10 lakhs cars? What is the main purpose of creating them is that is for mileage purpose. Some cars are designed for mileage purpose, some cars are designed for one purpose. Similarly, database, who are designing the database, every person who are designing the database, they have to keep in the mind how we can store the data in less space. By creating a big table, every Lilliput also can do that. Now that one, how it can be converted? Instead of storing this much of large data, how we can store them in the small data? By creating the multiple tables, separately for the customers, separately for the items. So that exclusively you can see the customers data. Exclusively you can get the items data separately. At the same time, you can get the sales data and space also reduced. Main thing is space reduced. Why they have done all these things means this concept is called as relational algebra. What is meant by relational algebra means keeping the relation between the tables. Okay, keeping the data. And now you can retrieve the data very easily. Sir, how we can retrieve the data very easily, sir? Because exclusively want the customer's data. This data is sufficient now. Getting the customer's data in this, for example, if I have given in this customers, I asked you the customer's data. Getting the data in this large data is easy, or exclusively getting the customer's data from this small table is easy. So retrieval also very easy. That is advantage. Right? Now, So here we are going to connect the data. So the smallest units in the entire system that can integrate the entire logical meaning. Means entire data will be stored in the small data, that is small tables, which is called as RDBMS. Is the point is clear? Sir, so you have to do. So whoever are creating the database, they have to create the tables and they have to create the connections between the tables. They have to give the connection between tables. They have to give the connection between the tables. How we have to give? What is the code? And everything we'll discuss one by one. Okay. The connection between the tables is nothing but database schema. The connection between the tables is nothing but database schema. Now, I request one more time everyone to take the photo of this. Earlier you have taken the large one. Now let us take the photo of this one. And this is only more important. That is the reason I am asking to take the photo. To write in the notes, it will take so much of time. Better to take the photo. Done? Now, so this is database schema. Now, how to draw the database schema? So first step, what is the first step we have to start means? First you have to take, for example, you are working in Naresh IT. Assume you are working in the Naresh IT and you are asked to create the database. Naresh IT team has asked you to create the database. Now you'll ask the question, sir, what database I have to create? Means what are the information we are going to collect? It will be discussed with you, with your person who has given the project. He will say that, for example, you are starting in the Naresh IT to create the database. Now they are going to say that first we are going to collect the information of the students who are doing the enquiry. The first step in the Naresh IT starts with the enquiry. In the enquiry, what are the columns will be there? First we'll write the name of the student and we'll ask the phone number of the student. And after that, we'll ask their email address and which course they are interested. Course name. What is the course name they are interested? Okay, like this, we'll ask the initial details. And after that, we'll ask in terms of whether they are interested in offline or online. This is the enquiry. So now, offline students are going to fill on a paper. Online students, they are going to fill in the website. For example, there is a website, Naresh IT website, where name of the person and phone number, next email address, and next one is course name, and followed by online or offline. So here I'm going to give the scroll down option, in that any one will be there. Okay, and down submit will be there. This is website. If offline students are coming, we'll share one application, one paper. In that paper, name will be there. They have to write with the pen and phone number, email ID, and course. And what is the course? Whether they are interested offline or online. They are going to write on a paper and they'll give the paper to the person, written back the paper. Now, whether they have done out of these two any one, finally in the backend, what happens means it will be stored in the database. If it is done in the website, the moment you click on the submit, automatically the data will be loaded. For example, you have not done in the online, you have done in the offline. The data, this paper will go to the data entry operator, and data entry operator, there is some app is available within the Naresh IT. Naresh IT has created one app separately, exclusively to work inside the Naresh IT only. It is not disclosed to outsiders. So in the Naresh IT, what are the app is there? The data entry operator will be there. the data entry operator will enter the details. And that details also finally will go to the database. Whether it is online, whether it is offline, finally, for example, the moment you enter the name of the person, here the name of the person, SRK, mobile number, like 9123 something, and email address, srk.nareshit something, and the next course, that is data analyst, and whether interested offline or online means offline. Assume this is the thing. Like this, you have filled the data and click the submit. Immediately it will add the record. To add this record, first we have to create the database, and this table has to be created, and this table has to be connected to this. Okay, this table has to be connected to this website. Then automatically the person who has entered the details, it will be stored in the in this table. This is the table number 1. This is not only the table. Table number 2, enrollment. Multiple people will do the inquiry, but some people only will do the enrollment. So enrollment. Now what is the enrollment? Next table is called as enrolled, and that is separate table. And in that table we'll have the different columns. And finally, once your course was completed, at the end, that called as placement. Table name is called as placement. Whether the student has got placed or not, who is going to check? One of the person from placement team, they'll call and they'll ask, have you got placed? If yes means yes, no means no. And if you have got placed, what is the company name? What is the salary? They'll take a note of that. And where they are going to store all these details means in the database. Inside the database, they are going to store all the details. Every detail they will store. Is the point is clear? Now like this, they are going to create the multiple tables. Now from this, what we are going to do? After this, once the data was selected, let us take 1 year back, the database was created. Tables are created and data was stored. Okay, multiple students has done the inquiry. In that, some of the students has done the enrollment. In that, again, some of the students has got the placed. Like this, we are having everything. Okay, different batches are there, different timings are there, and different courses are there like this. Exactly after 1 year, one of the person has joined as a data analyst in Naresh IT. Naresh sir has given the requirement. The project is, I want the detailed report of last 1 year. Detailed report of last 1 year data. What detailed report, sir? Total how many batches are there in last 1 year? How many students has done the inquiry in last 1 year? In that, how many students has done enrollment? Batch wise, course wise, trainer wise. For example, for the trainer, inquiry was done with 100 people, but enrollment was done only 10 people. Some trainers will be there. 100 inquiries will be done. 90 enrollments will be done. In that, 90 people will be enrolling the course. And now within the enrolled students, how many has got placed? Because enrolled students only, the placements will be there. For the inquiry people, the placements will not be collected, right? So these two are connected to each other, and these two are connected to each other. And we'll apply the merge function for these two. pd.merge, or we have to apply the pd.merge, or in this we are going to observe the how many common people are there, so that we'll understand for this particular data analyst course how many people has registered. So assume your batch only, 9 AM batch. My required questions are, for 9 AM batch, exclusively only for 9 AM batch, how many students enrolled? How many students done the inquiry? Inquiry in both offline and in online. Question number 1. You have to show me in a plot like this. Sir, these many offline inquiries, these many online inquiries. Some plot you have to show me. If you tell me the numbers, everything in numbers means we'll forget. If you represent them in a pictorial representation, it will be very clear. Okay, first question is inquiries, how many are done? In that, how many inquiries? Enrollments. How many enrollments are done, both in offline and online? Okay. And next, these people, whoever has enrolled in that, how many of them are from IT and non-IT background? How many of them are having the CGPA more than 7, less than 7, or 70%? 7 or 70%. And how many of them are already having the awareness on data science? How many of them are completely new to data science or data analyst? These are the different questions. So for all these questions, what we require? Data. So in the enroll data, we require not only the student name and phone number and email ID, we also have to require that whether they belongs to IT background or non-IT background. What is the CGPA? Like this, we require the different columns. So first you have to decide what columns will be there in the table. Whoever are creating the database or whoever are creating the first time the tables, they have to check what are the tables and what are the table columns are there. And after deciding that, from there, they have to create the database schema. For example, my requirement is tables are like this. These are the 3 tables. Okay, these are the 3 tables. I want the 3 tables like this. First one is customers, items, and these are the column names and sales. Okay, now this column is not there. This is extra. Just let us ignore this one. This column is not available because in the main table also it is not there. So main table is not there. Here also it is not there. Just ignore this one. Now you are having something like this. Okay. Now for this, these are the tables, and this is my requirement. Now what I have to do is first I have to create the database schema. How to create the database schema means, now you have taken the picture, right, of this 3 tables. Now table number 1. What is the first table? Customers table. We are going to start with the customers table. In the customers table, what is the first one? Customer ID. So table name you have to write on the top. In that each and every column you have to write like this, one by one. Customer ID. What is the second column name? First name. Next one is last name. Next one is email address. Next one is number of complaints. Okay, this is the table number 1. Next, you are going to take the table number 2. That is items. What are the items are there? First one is item code. Second one is what are the item? What is the column names? Item. Next one is unit price. Next one is company name. Company ID is not there, only company name, followed by headquarters. These are the columns. And finally, you are going to take one more table called as, sir, in this order only we have to write? No, write any order. Write in any order. As per your choice, you write as of now, because you don't know which order you have to follow. As of now, don't need to by heart anything. Blindly write whatever the order you are interested, whichever the table you are interested, first one. Start with whatever you want. Next says purchase number, purchase date, customer ID, item code. Like that, 3 tables are separately created. Okay, after creating the 3 tables, now you are going to give the connection between the tables. Which column should be connected to which column of another table. So this one will be connected to this table like this. And this one will be connected to this table like this. Drawing the lines between the table to table is called as connection. That is connection between the 2 tables which you are going to do. And like this, we want the database schema. In this way, I want the database schema. In this way, I want inside the database. Inside the database, I want the 3 tables, out of which these 2 tables has to be connected. These 2 tables has to be connected inside the database. And in this way, the database schema should be there. The representation of database schema. Please draw this one in the notes. The representation of database schema only is called as ER diagram. Okay. This is called as database schema. I want the database schema in this way. What is the database schema means? It gives the columns and which two tables are connected to each other. Done? Now, coming back. So the visual representation, the representation of database schema, the representation of database schema is known as ER diagram. The representation is called as ER diagram, where ER diagram is nothing but entity relationship diagram. ER diagram is entity relationship diagram. Entity means tables. Which tables are connected to each other, the representation will be seen. Entity means tables. Table to table, which tables are connected to each other. It is a representation of database schema on a paper. ER diagram will be available on the paper. Okay. For example, this one is there. What is this? Some eyes, assume. Okay, human eyes or whatever it is. Of course, diagram is very bad. I also know. Okay. Now, what are the eyes are there? These are original eyes. Huh? No. They are representation, diagram only. Where is original eyes? Original eyes will be in the body. In every person body. Okay. So, just you are representing them. It is a diagram. They are not the original one. Similarly, database also is the original one. Representation on a paper is a diagram. Okay, diagram will be on the paper. ER diagram. Okay, ER diagram is not the database schema. Database schema is inside the database. Whereas we are representing on a paper is called as ER diagram. Earlier, what are the diagram? You have taken the tables and connections between them. Na? That is only the ER diagram. Okay. Now, any person want to start something means creating the tables. The first step. Okay. Whoever the person works on the database, creating the database. Within the creating the database, whoever wants to create database and tables, whoever wants to create the database and tables, what is the first step they have to have, miss? First they should know what is database schema. They should know schema, and they should know the schema, and they should draw the diagram on a paper. They should know the schema and ER diagram. Based on ER diagram, okay, first they should know this. Step 2, based on ER diagram, they have to start, they create tables. They create tables in database. Without ER diagram, we cannot do that anything. So you have to start that creating one table in the database means first you should know the ER diagram. Okay, sir, I want to try rough work, sir. Something just randomly I want to give some X column, Y column, Z column, something you want to give. While practicing also, the something only you create the ER diagram. First you draw the ER diagram and later only you open the what are the queries, I mean what are the ID is there, okay, and then you write the queries. Now, so using the ER diagram only we are going to do everything. So it will be started with the ER diagram, that is database schema, and these are the different types of databases. Okay, different databases by different companies. Like how you are having the mobile phone by different companies, like Oppo is there, Vivo is there, Realme is there, MI is there, Samsung is there, with Apple is there. Like this, different mobiles are there in the market. Why you are choosing that particular mobile only? Or what is the difference between this mobile to that mobile? If I ask the question, what is the difference means? So for example, if you know how to use the Oppo mobile, do you don't know how to use the Realme mobile? Same only, na? User interface will be different and the options, whatever they are keeping the options in a different positions, but remaining things are same only, na? How much time it will take? For example, if you are daily using the Realme mobile, every day you are using the Realme mobile in your hand, okay? And one day suddenly one of your friend has brought the MI mobile and he asked one doubt. In this where that option is available, I am not able to find. How much time it will take you to identify that one? Less time only, right? So in similar way, if you are learning one of the database, learning other database also same way. Sir, why to keep in a different ways, sir? Everything can be same only, na? All the databases can be the same only, na? Now in the same way, all the mobiles also can be the same, na? For example, Apple mobile is there. What are the features of Apple mobile is there? As it is, MI can Xerox, they can create, na? Without changing the sensor, without changing the battery, without changing anything, as it is. Why to copy only external outside design? They can even copy the internal parts also as it is, na? If they copy internal parts and they copy the software and they copy everything, then Apple is going to say that copyright issue. They are going to raise a copyright issue. So what the others has to do while copying means they have to take the base thing and they have to develop from there some other additional one. Something modifications they have to do. So in the same way, this is by one company, this is by one company, this is by Oracle, this is by Microsoft. If Microsoft database and Oracle database both are same means who has invented first obviously they'll raise the copyright issue, na? You copied as it is from me and you are doing the business, they'll say like this. So what happens? So one company will do some light modifications, but almost everything will be the same. These are the different companies providers, databases. Okay. And I'm going to choose here MySQL. Why I'm going to choose MySQL? Because it is a open source. It is a free. Reason number one. And most of the companies, like startups to mid-range companies and including MNC companies also, whenever you are having the data, mid-level of data, then we'll go with the MySQL. For example, if you are having huge amount of data, then in this case, we are going with the Oracle. Oracle database is for high amount of transactions like bank transactions. Every second to second one transaction will be done. Second to second transactions per day in the given 24 hours of time. How many transactions you are going to do? I mean, how many records? How many records will be created? New records will be created in the 24 hours of time. In the 24 hours of time, only one record will be created. Assume. For that, database is also not required. Excel sheet is sufficient. For example, you are having with respect to less number of records, then go with the database like MySQL. If you are having with very huge amount of data, every day huge amount of new data will be inserted, then we have to go with the Oracle. Okay. Now, so here I'm going to choose the MySQL since it is a free version, and the differences between the queries like code, what are the code you are writing now? In this MySQL, you are going to write the select column 1 and comma column 2. For example, if you want to set 2 columns. In the Microsoft SQL Server, you are just using the select square brackets field 1 comma field 2. That is the small difference. And here you are going to use in terms of select field 1 as F1. Here you are going to write field 1 is equal to F1 is equal to, instead of using the word as, we have to use the is equal to symbol. Like this, small differences are there. If you are familiar with one of the database, 100% you can learn the second database just in less than 1 day. Less than 1 day, not even more than 1 day. Because all the options will be similar. Now, sir, which one we have to learn means it depends on the company. In the company, for example, in the market, multiple mobiles are there. Why I have chosen only this mobile phone? What are the mobile phone I am using? Why I have chosen this one? This is my requirement, my choice. I felt something is in this additional is there. For example, camera is very good. Assume. Why I have chosen camera means because I am interested. Why you have not chosen means you are not interested. How we can say that one? So in the same way, companies also, one company will use one company product. That depends on the company's manager. If the company manager feels that these are the advantages we are having in this database and this is the price, for this price, this is very good one. If they feel like that, they are going to purchase that one. If they feel that another product is better, they'll select that one. Whichever the product they are interested, they'll select that one. Tomorrow, if you start a company, to which company you are going to tie up, miss? Which company negotiations are good? Which company will give you a better pay? That one you will select. Which company is not giving a better pay, you will not select. Same option, right? So whoever the person works on the relational databases, they have to learn the SQL. Whoever are working on the non-relational databases, for that language is NoSQL. Okay. Now generally non-relational databases are there or relational databases are there means most of the time we'll go with the relational database. Why? Because we can store the data in less space. Their advantages are there with the relational database. Right? Now, what is SQL? SQL is nothing but, earlier we call it as SQL or SQL earlier, which is nothing but structured query language. Earlier it is called as SQL as structured English query language. But SQL is one of the company name. So we cannot use the word called as SQL. We have to use the word called as SQL now. Okay. So SQL is structured query language. Earlier it is SQL. From there they have removed the English and all these things. And this SQL, particularly this language, what are the SQL is there? It is a language. This language was created to exclusively communicate with the databases. This language was created to communicate with the or to work with the relational database, where we can perform the various operations in the relational databases. What are the operations we can perform? So by writing a query, it is a query language. It is not a programming language. The computer will execute the queries and provide the database insights in return. Queries. It is a query language. Now what is meant by query? Okay, we can't say it as a programming language like Python. In the Python, whatever we are having is called as programs. Here, whatever we are writing is called as queries. Now, what are the queries we are having? So, query is a request we are going to send. So, this is the requirement. This is the requirement. So, we are going to send a request for the data to a database and we are going to get the output. Now, so here what are the operations we are going to do means CRUD operations. Majorly we are going to do the CRUD operations. What is meant by CRUD means C stands for create. R stands for retrieve or to read the data. Retrieve means select the data. And update. Update means modify the data and delete the data. Right? So these are the CRUD operations which we are generally perform in the database. Data scientist or data analyst will select the data. They are going to select the data and they are going based on the queries. For example, how many customers has purchased total bill amount more than $1,000. That is a query. And based on that query, we'll select the data. How many people are there? We are going to select the data. How many customers has purchased, how many items has sold within the groceries? How many items are sold within the electronics? How many offline students has got placed? How many online students has got placed? How many IT background people has got placed? How many non-IT background people has got placed? For all these things, we are going to extract the data from the database. Already in the database, data will be there. As per our requirement, we'll extract the data and we'll analyze the data. Is the point is clear? Now, for example, okay sir, what is the use of all these things? Let us take an example. Java developer is there. Okay, full stack Java course is there in the Naresh IT. 100 students has registered. In that 40 students has got placed. In that 40 students, how many of them are IT background people has got placed? Non-IT people has got placed means 90% of the people will be from IT background only. In the full stack Java course, 90% of the people will be from IT background. Basically, they are from BTech or BSc computer science background. Related to computer science background. For example, a person from BTech mechanical or BTech civil or BTech automobile or something other than computer science, any other group, there are less number of percentage of people who will settle in the full stack Java. Now, same thing I'm going to check in the data analyst. In the data analyst, we'll have 40% from IT background, 60% of the people are from non-IT background. Now, once if I analyze like this, now any person who want to shift from non-IT to IT, which course they are going to select? If they do the analysis, if they don't do the analysis, assume that the analysis is not there, that output is not there. The students, if they don't know this analysis, this main point, they have not done the analysis, they have not done anything. Now what happens means blindly they'll select the what others are suggesting. Okay, others what their background, what their CGPA, it is irrespective. For example, one of my friend has got in TCS 10 lakhs or 50 lakhs package, 50 lakhs, 50, assume. I'll ask what is your package, 50 lakhs. He will say that what things you have learned. He will say that I have learned the SAP, assume. Blindly I will go and join SAP. Where he has learned the SAP, what is the background? He's from IIT, IIM. What is the CGPA? Nothing. Course names SAP. Since he has told SAP, I will also join SAP. I will also assume that I will also get future 50 lakhs. How it is possible? We have to ask, what type of experience you are having? You are from ITR, non-ITR. You are with respect to your college. These multiple parameters, to get the job, multiple parameters will be there. In that, one of the parameters is course. What generally the freshers will think is course only is the highest one. But experienced people only knows that along with the course, multiple parameters also will be there. What course he has done is not only important, along with that course, what projects he has done also important. For example, he has not done any project. Just he has went to the institute and listening to the class, again came out. Why will he get that 50 lakhs package? He will be outside in the hostel in Amirpet by paying 4,000 or 5,000 rent or something, for example. Okay, something. Why he has got 50 lakhs package means something he has done. Now that analysis has to be done. That analysis has to be done means we have to select the data. That selecting the data will be done by collecting the data. First data has to be there, data has to be collected. Okay. Now particularly what are the SQL is there? SQL is a procedural or object oriented or functional programming language means okay. It is with respect to a declarative language. Okay, it is not the procedural language, whereas your Python is a procedural language, means step-by-step execution. SQL is not a procedural language, it is a declarative language. Now, what is meant by declarative language? What is the difference between the declarative language versus procedural language? Okay, let us assume like this. You stand, go outside and call the admin. I have told like this, example purpose. First, you stand, open the door, go outside, call the admin. This is called as procedure. Okay. Declarative language means go and call the admin. Obviously, go and call the admin means the student who is sitting, obviously he has to stand now. Without standing, how he can call? He will stand, he has to go outside, he has to open the door and he has to identify the admin and he has to say to the admin that SRK sir is calling and he has to bring back the admin. So I'm just declaring what I want. So SQL is a declarative language. Here we are not going to discuss on how we are doing that. I don't want a procedure. I want what I want. Okay. Programming language is easier. Declarative language is easy means compared to declarative will be easy. Because what you want exactly you are going to conclude in one step. Right. So see here in the procedure, please open the door, go outside, take the bucket. I have forgot there, bring it back to me. This is a step-by-step procedure I'm saying to others. To other, what I'm going to say means fetch the bucket, please. This is declarative. One is procedural, one is declarative. Exclusively, SQL is a declarative language. It is a declarative language. Just it is declaring what we want exactly. Right? So just you are going to write the query and it is going to execute the query and it will give the output. Okay, in the backend, compiler will be there and some compiler will do the compiler design. Okay, and so this is about the SQL. Is the points are clear? SQL. Now, sir, we are having in the, for example, SQL, it is going to have the tables, connections between the tables, everything is fine. Now, what is the advantage? The same thing we can even get in the Excel sheet also now. Tables can be created even in the Excel sheet. Then what is the advantage of database? Why we have to create a database? Why you have to store there only? Sir, if you simply take one Excel sheet, loading the data is easy. Adding one row is easy. Deleting anything is easy. Just right click on that and delete. Or replacing is easy. Directly keeping the mouse there and replacing that value. Everything is easy, no sir. For that separately, why we have to learn the database? Database means for replacing one value also we have to write one lengthy query. But whereas this one, it is a very easy one. Now, which one is easy means Excel or SQL means Excel only easy comparatively. Than SQL, Excel only easy. But why will not use the Excel sheet then? Because multiple reasons are there. In that reason number one, there is no security for the Excel sheet. Sir, let us add some file. We are getting the folder password now. Let us create that password. Okay, you are creating the password. That is not a problem. The problem here comes first one. For example, I have created one Excel sheet. In that data is there. I'm not only the person who is going to work now. Along with me, the entire team will work now for this data. For example, after this class, I'm going to share you the Google Sheet. Okay, one Google Sheet. Where in the Google Sheet, you can add the values. I'm going to give the option for you to edit them, to add them. What I asked is, after the class in the Google Classroom, I have sent one Google Sheet and I asked each and every student, please write your name and your email ID. No need to write your phone number. That is your personal. So write your email ID. Along with that, your IT background or non-IT background, and what is your CGPA. And in the assignments, how many assignments you have done till now. What are the tasks I have shared? Within that, how many tasks you have completed. These are the columns. Now, first student has entered the name as SRK. And here, what are the CGPA is there? He has entered 7.4, assume. Second student, Siva. He has entered 8.2. Third student, Krishna. He has entered his CGPA as 6.8. Along with that, he will modify this one also as 9.4. Or he will say, change this one to 19.4. Okay, he has changed like this. And another person will come and he will enter. One person will enter whenever they are finding the free time. Since I have given the option to open to everyone, one person will enter one way. Now the person has entered like this. Details they have entered. One of the person has changed the value. Next day morning, I have seen the Excel sheet. I will ask the SRK, have you got the CGPA of 19.4? No, sir. I have given only 7.2. Hey, but here it is 19.4. No, sir. No, sir. I have not entered. I have entered only 7.2. Someone has changed. Then I'll ask others who has changed the SRK's CGPA. Whether that person who has changed, he'll accept. I only have changed. I'm that type of worst person. Basically, I'm interested to do like that worst things. He will say like that. Huh? None of the person will accept, right? If any person does the worst thing, he will say that I am the worst fellow. Like who has created the WhatsApp group separately. He will say that I am the person who has created. I want to create separately. I want to be the leader. I want to do like this. He will do like this. Huh? He will say like that. Huh? No. No. No worst fellow will accept that I am worst. No good fellow also accept that I am good. Common. I'm not criticizing any one person. So none of the person will accept. Then who to identify? How to identify then? If I give the Excel sheet, sir, why to share to everyone? Miss, team is working, miss, obviously I have to share to everyone. Na? It is not like individual. Na? I can't ask individually person to share your data. For example, sir, you can ask every student to share the data. Every student will send the WhatsApp message or every student will send the mail. Then who will enter all these details in the Excel sheet? I have to enter. That is double work for me, right? Instead of that, if I give the Google sheet directly, the students only will enter. Simple point. Right? Now, how to identify these first people? Who has created or who is disturbing? Who has done the modifications, wrong modifications? Who are writing in a wrong way? How to identify? That is not possible. But in the database, we can identify easily. That is the advantage. That is the advantage. Now that is now here comes some restrictions will be there to the database. Some people only will have the option to edit, to add the new data or to edit or something. Every person will not have. For example, your Google Drive is there. I have given for you the Google Drive. In the Google Drive, whatever I have shared to you, did I given the option for edit? Means can you do the any replacement? For example, you have find some spelling mistake. Really, I only have made the mistake. I'm accepting I only have made the mistake that some spelling mistake or some line of code is error. Next day, what you are going to say to me, sir, in the notes, whatever you have done, there is a mistake, sir. What I will do is, I will check that one and I will rectify that one. If I have given the option you to add everything, one day one student will add. One day one student will add. Another day another student will delete that one. One day in the Google Drive, nothing will be there. Empty Google Drive will be there. Everything will be deleted. I'll ask which student has deleted, miss? None of the student will accept. I am the worst fellow. Now what we have to do in this case? Simply we have to restrict. Not to add, not to replace, not to delete. So editing option we should not give. Security, which we call it as security. So these are the advantages with the database. And in the Excel sheet, you can enter maximum of 1 million rows. That is the maximum number. Rows are 1 million, that is 10 lakh records. If you want to add more number of records, you can't add in the Excel. For that, we have to use with respect to database. And tables, connection between the tables are there. That is in the Excel, it is somewhat difficult to give the connection and it is limited. Only 10 tables can be connected or less number of tables can be connected. If you want to connect more number of tables, automatically your Excel sheet working will be slow. It is going to be slow. Is the point is clear, guys? Done? So this is the basic introduction to SQL, and tomorrow we'll start with the data types, and I'm going to explain for you the data types, keys and constraints. Once you know the data types, what are the different keys and constraints, and from there you can start creating the database and create the tables. For creating one table, we require before to that some prerequisites are there, something you should know. Is the point is clear? And just I will upload everything, whatever I have discussed with you, everything, the entire PPT will be uploaded and you can go through once again. Okay. Now coming to the business intelligence versus data analyst. The business intelligence versus data analyst role. What is the difference means? The business intelligence will be done by the business analyst who wants to start the new business. For example, let us take like this. Today, okay, today you want to start one new business, guys. You want to start similar kind of Ola, cabs or bike services, something you want to start this one. What is your initial idea? How you are going to think? What are there in the market? How you are going to observe? And what are the things you are going to do? These are all comes under business intelligence. Before starting the business, what are the things you are going to collect and what are the things you are going to analyze? That comes under business intelligence. After certain period of time, for example, you have started your business. After running of your business, 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 6 months or 1 month, after that, if you are analyzing your own business, what are the things was done? And that one you are describing, that comes under data analyst. Is the point is clear? So business analyst will observe the businesses, what are the different types of businesses are there in the market, and from that how we can create a new type of business, innovative business, or which can attract more number of public, and by taking the surveys from the people, that will be done by the business intelligence people. Okay, and there is a high correlation between the business intelligence versus data analyst. There is a high correlation. And what is the difference between these two? Exact difference you will find in the further. This is just as an overview I have told you. In the future, I will show you exact difference by taking one project now. At the time, I will tell you. Is your question is clear? Done. If you're not having any questions, you can leave. Yeah, your question is clear? Okay, done. Others, if you are having any questions, you can ask. Nazma, what about the mock interviews? Whatever we have discussed during the demo, everything will be completed. Just order is different. Everything will be done. Just wait. Everything will be done. One by one.